those of you who don't know who I am, which I'm not sure wouldn't know who I am, but I'm Karen Smith, and I run the communications programs basically for the ARA, the Automotive Recycling Magazine, the Convention Program Guide, anything you get in print, probably fingers on it, and now a lot of the digital with ARA's website,
Yes.
so forth.
How do I mute?
And if you all want to, let's do a little housekeeping. Please mute yourself while we get this done. And then at the end, you can unmute when we get to the questions part. If you have a question and you want to remember it, just stick it in the chat and we'll get back to that later, because as we're going through this, we just want to make sure everybody's questions are answered. Kim and I are doing this together. Kim Glasscock is the meeting, the mastermind behind this whole thing, and the meeting planner. Today, she's allowing you to peek behind her black curtain of magic and see what's going on in the ARA Expo. So we're very excited to show this platform to you because we're super pumped about it, and we're hoping at the end of this you are as well. So let's get going with content. We are going to give you an overview of what's happening in this platform. We are not going to go into every nitty-gritty detail because we just don't have time for that. And we don't want to overwhelm you with information because there's so much power in this platform that we could talk for a couple hours on it. So when you're ready to set your booth up, you'll get that kind of information on what you need to do next. We're going to lead you through the process. Once you have your booth selected and you're ready to go, you will be, given exact instructions on what's next to do so that you don't miss out on anything, and it's very clear, and there's lots of support along the way. You'll see a lot of customization available. Some of it you pay for, some of it comes free. We'll go over a lot of that. And you're going to really see how you can attract new customers and make those connections with the ones that you already have, strengthen those relationships. So today we're going to go over marketing potential, sponsorship options, booth customizations, and then the power of those booth connections that you all are probably really needing right now. We're all sitting in our own home offices and at work and haven't been with people that we want to be with all year. So we're hoping that even though we can't be together, that this is like the next best thing. So we're going to start with the actual unveiling of the convention center. Kim, do you want to tell us about that?
Sure. So as Karen mentioned, we obviously can't meet in person. So our goal with this platform and with this event was to make it as live and in person and interactive as possible. So as you can see here, we have the convention center, and it is located in the beautiful Reno area. And we've got a few signs thanking our sponsors there. These are just a few of the opportunities that we have to highlight our sponsors and some of what ARA brings to the table. We want to make this event exciting, informative, worthwhile, and make it productive and beneficial to those of you who serve the industry every day. Obviously, we'd rather be in person, but we're trying to put together the next best thing. We have established a very low, reasonable registration fee for the event this year. And we hope to see just as many newcomers. We hope that it attracts a lot of newcomers, those who wouldn't normally attend, as it does our members and our old friends, as I refer to them, those who are always there with us. We believe this is our opportunity to highlight and showcase what ARA brings to the industry, and hopefully that those non-members and new attendees will see the value in being a part of the ARA family. So you can expect that we are working extremely hard to attract not only members and usual attendees, but new attendees and decision makers to make this the best experience possible. It's a great opportunity for all of you to meet people that you would not normally have the opportunity to interact with. It also fills the voids that you've missed this year, where the affiliate chapters and other industry events have not been able to take place. So we hope that this helps you fill that void and keeps your name and information and products and services out there in the forefront of their minds. So there
That's
we go.
right. So this is our, this is what, when someone logs into the website to become, an attendee, and start their experience, they're going to start here. They're actually going to be, it's like they've driven up in one of those little cars and they've parked. And when they click, I can't show you the actual video, but when they click join or enter, they are transformed with a video that takes them through the doors, up the little, it's like they're walking up the steps, through the glass doors underneath the Welcome ARA Attendees banner, and then they get to the expo hall. It is very dramatic and it is a huge wow factor. So when people first log into this, they're gonna go, wow, that's pretty cool. It's like they just entered into this amazing center of activity. Of course, the noise is not there like we would normally hear, but it's as best you get when you're sitting in front of a flat 2D screen. So that is pretty cool. And the sponsorship opportunities are ones that Kim will be sending to you after this. But this is just one area just to show you an example of the kind of leverage that sponsoring could get you. Each of those white banners with numbers would become a logo, whatever level you're at. There's also places like you can sponsor hangout rooms, you can sponsor actual sessions, you can anything from small to large. So there's lots of opportunity if you're interested in extra branding, putting your name out there in places where people are just kind of passing through or going through to get somewhere. That's a great place to kind of get your name on the board. So they, then next, what we're going to do is show you the expo hall. So right underneath the banner, which will have our main event logo on number 1, that expo hall, they would just click on expo hall and they would enter into this area. And Kim's going to tell you a little bit about that.
Right. So this is the virtual expo hall lobby area. And again, there's opportunities for branding for our sponsors. And you can see that we have the booths lined up here. The any exhibitor will be listed in alpha order. Now, our sponsors will be listed first since they're sponsoring and giving us that additional support. They will be listed first. Now, we will have, I think that these lobby areas have the ability to have 30 booths per screen, and your company name will show in the little banner areas there with the ones on it. So your company name is there, and again, in order of sponsorship, and then alpha by company name. And all that attendees have to do to visit you is click your booth, and they go into your booth area.
Okay. So that's pretty cool. So let's say, well, the next logical question is, what's the booth look like? So here is a sample of one that you could potentially be your booth. So I did a mock-up of a company that we desperately need in the industry, and hopefully we'll have more of these, but Electric Battery Recycling Solutions, Inc. You got their name, the logo name right there. And then, so you have the top banner and you have 3 other banners, the desk and the 2 on the side to add branding to. Then you also, in this particular booth, have the ability to have a video. So the minute somebody walks into your booth, your video will play and will show the power of you in this, short video. We want to make sure you make your videos compelling. So if you need help with that, I can give you suggestions, or you can hire someone to help you. But you really want to make it compelling and interesting, and give them something to ask you about. Like, what is your return on investment if somebody does business with you, and give them something to chat with them about. So the colors on the side, the green pillars, those are customizable as well. You can pick any color you want. You can also actually put little fake people in your booth if you'd like. There's different kinds of people groups if you want to, put a cluster of people here or there, or have no people. It's really cool. Once you get into designing your booth, it's very, very dynamic. I will point out that there are 72 hours of booth expo time during this event. Normally you wouldn't have that much time. That does not mean you have to sit at your computer for 72 hours straight, wait for people to talk to you. Normal hours would be, the time that the convention is running. But if somebody comes to your booth in the evening, they have the ability to leave you a message or send you an email or watch your stuff. And you will know that they were there because there is, behind the scenes, there's analytics to go with all of this. So that's pretty cool. You'll know how many people clicked on stuff, how many people downloaded your PDF. So that's very powerful because this is going to look like you would look at the actual trade show. Okay. So, the other point I want to make here is that once the Convention and Expo is over, it doesn't mean it's over. It just means the live event is over. We're leaving this portal open for an extended period of time so people can come back to it and also see the videos, check out the expo. There's still, and you can even come back to it and check and see who's asking you questions. So it's something that will continue on after, that you can still get leads from and emails from, and people can still contact you. So this leads to the booth, and I'll let Kim talk about that.
Right. So as you can see, we have 2 booth options, and I'm hoping that all of you have already seen this information as we sent it out a couple of weeks ago. We kept everything still affordable. I know that some people assumed that the cost would be less expensive than a live event, but in our thinking, you're still getting maximum exposure. You're actually getting more hours to reach attendees. We anticipate bringing a new audience to you. You don't have travel expense. You don't have shipping expense. You don't have handling and all the other things that go along with that. So we feel that this is still a very reasonable cost for the amount of exposure that you're going to receive. So as Karen was showing you in the previous screen, the maximum exposure is the large booth, and that's at $19.95, which does include the in-booth video option. And then we have a medium booth, and as you can see, it doesn't, I think it has a fewer graphics, and it does not, I don't think that one offers the in-booth video option is the difference there. So there's the difference between those. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to read my notes so I don't overlook anything. We will have plenty of support. As you can, I don't want anybody to be overwhelmed by what you're seeing. The group that we're working with are very helpful, very supportive. Between us and them, we will help you accomplish your goals and meet your goals and get this set up and be the best it can be for you. So do not be overwhelmed or intimidated by it, because you do have a team behind you to support you. What we need first, though, is a commitment, and we're going to get to that later. Karen's going to talk to you some about some bonus promo items if you commit early. Obviously, as we build this, we need answers now, and so Friday is our deadline for answers to get into the additional promo stuff. But again, that's the first step. Once that's done, you will start receiving information and be able to start building your booth out to your specs and to meet your needs.
Right. So one real quick thing about this particular platform is that ARA spared nothing to get this platform. We searched many different types, and we actually went to a conference on the same platform that we are giving to our members for their convention. All the staff were on this particular convention thing that we all went to for ASAE, and we just really liked this product. So I think you'll really enjoy being a part of this. The platform is easy to use, and it's super exciting to be on. So, but wait, there's more. I love saying that. You get an e-directory listing. So how are people going to find you? Well, there's lots of different ways they're going to find you. They're going to just wander around like they normally do in the expo, looking for the food, but that won't be there. And hopefully they'll have their own sitting next to them and they can enjoy it while they're talking to you. But one way they'll find you is through our e-directory listing. A basic listing, which costs you nothing extra. You know, you get your contact information, your social links, your logo. That includes your website. So there's a link for your website, and it will take them to your website. It takes them out of the platform to your website. It's a different window that pops up, so they're still kind of in the show. So that's a big value because you're going to actually be able to get somebody to your website. So you might want to look at your websites, like what are they in good shape? Are you ready for that many visitors? Does it reflect your branding and your booth? Put those two together, make sure they match. Your logo, a profile, and 5 different category choices. So then there's upgrades. The upgrades are not that much extra. $200 to $500 can get you unlimited product categories, detailed product descriptions with pictures. That's helpful if you're selling specific products. Press releases, document uploads, multiple videos, so you can have more than just the one that's on your preview. A highlighted company in the listing and a premium position in the listing. So those are options that you have. But my most excited one that I'm really like pumped up about is the webinar option. You could actually put on a 45-minute webinar, Paul, looking at you, because I think that's a good thing for RAS, but you could do a 45-minute webinar and for $500, put it on your your booth, but it also shows up in a listing of webinars as additional information for attendees to see. So it's not part of the regular agenda, but it's on the agenda as here's some extra things you could learn. And then that's a great way to teach people what you do, show the value of your company, and bring them to a phone call, an email, a connection. Yes.
I don't know if Paul could talk for 45 minutes.
That's true. You know, we have to edit it. Edit.
I couldn't let that one go. I just couldn't let that one go. Sorry.
That's okay. I was picking on him, so everybody should just jump right in on that, right? But the cool thing that we're going to do that also doesn't cost you anything is your webinar. If you do it, will also be on arauniversity.org for the rest of the year, because we have an industry partner training section. It's going to go there. And it's also going to be on the autorecyclingbuyersguide.com, that a new website that we just put out there for our associate members. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. So you're going to have it not just here, but it's going to be living on 2 of ARA's websites. So that's a pretty big deal because we normally charge for that service. But I have the philosophy is, we need to help each other. You help ARA by participating, and we help you by getting your name out there as best as we can. And I just love helping you all be successful. So as much, if you have other ideas, I'm open to them, but those are the ones I came up with for now. So let's move on to the next slide. So let me just preface this before Kim speaks. This came out of the eShow demo video. So this doesn't look like anything we're going to have, but it shows the navigation. So that's what we're going to focus on. Right, Kim?
Right. So at the bottom there, you will see a exhibitor chat. That will increase engagement with the visitors. They'll be able to connect with you right in your booth. They can leave a message. They can send an email. Click on interests. If it depends on how you build that out. So you can either gather as much or as little information through that tool as you want. So there's that. We have the online shopping feature. So if you see the e-bag icon at the bottom right corner, this allows attendees to visit your booth. They can download documents. They could actually download your entire booth and go back later and look at it. So they can, download the various parts and pieces that they want to go back and revisit or keep into their e-bag, and then take that and revisit that later, and or download and keep it for as long as they want. So there's that piece. And as you can see, you can do, depending on what enhancements you do, the eDirectory enhancements, that's the little blue boxes over to your right, allows you to upload more documents or products or videos or whatever. You can include social media, your website. So all of that is in the sidebar at the right. And a lot of that is driven by the eDirectory enhancements that you select as add-ons to your booth.
Right.
Okay, so then the next slide. So this kind of gives you a little indication as to how someone can actually set an appointment with a member of your team. So everybody that's registered to attend from your company can show in this area here, and then they can click on the set appointment icon at the bottom, and they can request an appointment with your team members. They can set a time, and then that notifies you all, and you can accept or suggest a different time if you needed to. But that's just another way for you to engage with the attendees and have that one-on-one conversation and do exactly what you would do at a live show. And then we're also doing gamification, and we're going to have various items. We're going to have little markers, kind of a scavenger hunt. And so some of this will be driven based on sponsorships, exhibits. We'll have it in different rooms, but this will engage the attendees, draw them to the various areas, and they get points for these things. And then we'll have our game room where they can check out the leaderboard. It's really kind of cool. But to further your exposure, run your own contest. You can scan a badge and pull that list and do drawings, so you can promote these things within your booth. We'll work with you down the road and help find other ways to maybe promote these drawings and encourage people to participate in those as well. So as you can see, there are a lot of ways to connect with the attendees. I don't know of any way that we could add to that. We have made it as interactive and in person as possible, and I hope that you all see the value in what we're putting together here, and that you find that this does work to build excitement and draw attendees and new leads and new business for you.
Right. So two things I want to highlight are the scan badge right here. So if you do some promotion on your own and you say, or you want to do some promotion with us, which I'll get to in a minute, if you scan your badge, so if you hit that, an interest box shows up. So you can tell them, you can put like little selections. I want to know about this, this, and this, and they click what they want to know about, and it basically sends you an email that they want you to follow up with them on those particular things. So you're getting targeted requests. You're not just getting some random guy walking up and say, hey, what you got going on here? You're like, I want to know about X, and I want to know about X. So when you design those, check marks, make them really compelling and interesting, because that will, I want to know about that. Make them want to know about what your selections are. Just don't put, my Gidget, I sell a Gidget gadget. Who cares? What does the Gidget gadget offer in return to the person? Like, do you want a tool that offers XYZ? This product does it. Do you want to know more? Click here. So just use your marketing mindset. And again, if you need help figuring some of that stuff out, I'm always available to brainstorm. I love giving ideas to people. And then
Karen,
yes.
Karen, further to that, as you sign up for your booth online, once that portal opens, we will have categories, product categories, and be sure and indicate all product categories that apply to you and or your business, because we have a smart match tool. So attendees will select items that they're interested in, and you will have selected those items that pertain to you, and the system will do these smart matches, almost like speed dating, if you will, but it's going to make those matches based on what the attendee's interest is and what you offer. So be sure and indicate those during the sign-up process.
Right. And then the other thing, the e-bag is actually pretty cool, because think of someone walking around the convention hall and you'd give them the pen and they'd take the pen, right? And then you'd try to hand them the brochure and they would take the brochure because they want the pen. Well, this is that way. Whatever they clip in that bag is something that they actually want to read. So if they've taken it, they're going to read it, because you're not giving them a pen this time. But if they want information from you, you can almost be guaranteed that they're going to see that, because they've clipped it into their bag to go back to later and sort through and read, and then hopefully reach back out to you. So I'm going to go into some promotional pre-convention bonus promotion opportunities that we're coming up with to help you get people to your booth. As always, we do the exhibitor listing in this issue of September, October. We're going to do that. So you'll be listed with a logo this time. We're throwing the logo in. Usually we don't do logos, but I really want to give you guys some recognition. If somebody comes to the show, they'll remember that logo if they're interested in talking to you. So you're going to get a listing with a logo in the magazine. And then we're also polybagging the convention program guide. Now, why do we need a convention program guide? This is a virtual show. Well, my opinion is that it's a comfort. It's like we love paper. Everybody loves paper, and they love to know what to expect. No one likes to show up anywhere and not knowing what to expect. So this is going to be more of a, here's how to get the most out of your experience guide. We're going to have, you know, tips to success. We're going to have a listing of all the exhibitors. If you have a giveaway you're giving away in your booth, we're going to list that. You need to let us know. We're giving away a $100 gift card for everybody that scans their badge. Okay, well, let's put that in there. We're going to have, the sponsors will have a logo page. We're going to have the speakers' bios. We're going to have the session descriptions, and anything else we can throw in there, we're going to add it. Anything that makes it helpful, we're going to give it to them in this convention program guide. We are also selling ads, so this would be a great place to showcase your your ad and what your booth is giving away, what you're offering in your booth. Don't just put a regular ad in there. Use this to market your booth. Okay, that's really the key to this piece, is driving traffic to your booth online. So the cool thing about this issue is that it's not just going to ARA members, it's going to all affiliate members, which is the first time in history we've mailed the Automotive Recycling magazine to anybody but members. So anybody who is an affiliate member is also getting our magazine, and it's being polybagged with the convention program guide. So they're getting both the listing in the magazine and the listing in the convention program guide with your name in it, and it's going to, you're going to reach more people than we ever have, because usually the program guide gets handed out to only the attendees at the show. This time it's going to anybody who even who haven't signed up for the show, because we're hoping that when they see all the cool things that are going on, that they're going to get online and sign up. So it has a lot of things going on in it, but it's going to drive traffic to your booths. It's going to drive traffic for ARA to get registrations, and it's going to show the power of what ARA is doing to people who aren't members of ARA, and which we appreciate. All of you are a great part of that. So the advertising for the page is only $750 for a full page ad. That's all we sell, is full page ads. All pages, they're all right-hand pages, so they can't miss you as they flip through the book. And we do have some cover spots available. This guide will also be posted in our resource center on the convention site. So if somebody wants to download it electronically, they can. And it's also going to be a flip book on the ARA website. I mean, that's a lot of promotion there for what you're getting. So I'm real excited that we can do all this for you all, because now, you know, with ARA's commitment to the industry, we've expanded our websites and really done a good job of bringing more good information to people that they're visiting the websites. Our website traffic is up. Our emails are being opened at like 30 and 40% rate, which is unheard of for ARA. People are engaging. It's pretty cool. So what can you expect from the convention on an attendee side? Why are they going to come? Well, we have really cool speakers. We got 2 really good keynotes. They're going to bookend the event. And we have your, you know, normal suspects who are going to be speaking, plus more. We're going to have some panels, right, Kim? There'll be panels.
Correct. And Don Porter will be speaking. So, you know, be sure and log in and throw darts or whatever you need to do. Just kidding, Don.
Yep, we got, you know, so we got everyone, you know, that that the attendees need to hear from. And some of these people will be the first time they have heard any of these people. So it is going to be quite an eye-opening experience for some of the attendees, and I think they're really going to really get blown away. And then, of course, we're going to have the fabulous expo. As you can see, there's samples of the little people that you can add to your booth. We have learning centers. We have a wellness center. We have a resource center. We have engagement, the learning. So we have all of these places that people can go and do things. So engagement, you know, is where you're going to grab your coffee or your beer or whatever you want, and that's where you're chatting. Kim, are you doing topics in the engagement room, or how are you handling that?
Yes, we will have some open chat, but we also have designated topic discussions going on in there, and those will be listed. Within the Learning Lab, we will have tech talks. So that will be training and product rollouts by our IMS companies and eBay, I think. Resources, we're just highlighting a lot of the various resources that ARA offers. Talking about membership, ARAU, car certification, others. And then the Wellness Lounge is obviously anytime you sit at your computer, and I think we've all started to understand this, when you sit at your computer for hours on end, you need to stretch, you need to take a break. So our Wellness Lounge, hop over there. There's little 5-minute activities that stretches, exercises, mind breaks, whatever you need. Just click on it, make that selection, and keep going through the day, keep pushing on.
Right. So the one thing that I didn't mention earlier is we're also going to do some pre-show know before you go emails, and we will be highlighting the exhibitors and your giveaways if you want in those emails too. So I mean, we can just we're really trying to bring the full package of marketing together to help you be the best you can be in this environment. I mean, it ain't perfect, but we're doing the best we can to make it through, and bring to you people who want to know about what you do. It's your job once they get in the booth to really get them engaged and to get them excited about what you're doing. But it's our job to bring the people to you so that you have those people to talk to. I mean, we're all tired of talking to our peers. We want to talk to the people that we're trying to sell to. So, so that's our commitment. ARA that's all we're doing. It's hard to work on anything else right now. I'm literally doing graphics in my sleep to get this together. And Kim is designing, you know, programs and systems, and you know, Sandy's trying to get us all to hurry up and do it yesterday. So, I mean, we're all working really hard for you, and we hope that you see that and will support it. You know, we need, as much as we want to help support you, we also are asking you to support ARA with this show. So I would just ask you this question: what is stopping you from exhibiting at the industry event of the year? I mean, is there any hesitation at this point? You've seen what we're going to bring to the table. You see how passionate we are about it. I mean, we really believe in this show, and we believe that we can deliver quality information to people who haven't heard it before. So tell us, what is it that's keeping you from the show? What questions do you have that we could answer for you that would make your maybe into, yep, I'm signing up by Friday? The reason it is by Friday, by the way, is because we have print schedules. And in order to get the magazine to everyone in a timely fashion and get the convention program guide to everyone in a timely fashion, we need to know if there's a commitment to that product. So if you want to be in the magazine and the convention program guide, Friday is your deadline. And Kim needs to know how many exhibitors she's expecting. So we're not asking for your money today, by the way. All we need is a commitment. Because in 2.5 weeks, well, between a week and a half and 2.5 weeks, we'll have registration open. That's when you'll go online and you'll register for your booth. By Friday, all we're asking for is, yeah, we're in. That's all we need. And we can move on from there and start helping you pull your marketing materials together for the free stuff that you're going to get. So do you have, anybody have questions?
I have a quick question. Based on something that just came in on chat. I know that we just need a commitment right now on all of it, or by Friday.
Right.
What is the deadline, the art deadline for magazine and ads and that sort of thing?
Well, for the magazine, it's for the listing. So once you say yes, I have it, because I know where all of you live. And then the advertising would probably have to come in the next week after that. but if you need help with your ad, we will design it for you. And Amanda was asking how many affiliate members. We're expecting the print run to be about 15 to 1,600 that will go out. Usually we do a 1,100-1,200 print run. So you're going to get an extra 300 or 400 people with eyes on your pieces. And these are affiliate members, okay? So these are people that are already committed to the industry just on the state level. Well, not just, but on the state level, because that's very important. But they're not members of ARA for some odd reason, I'm not sure. But they are going to get eyeballs on your materials.
Okay. And then as far as deadlines for booth art and so forth, we don't have those definite deadlines yet. Obviously, being virtual, you have a little longer time to get all of that submitted. Again, I will tell you this, we're still learning some of this as we go, but we're in it to win it, and we're going to work with you, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to make you successful, and in turn, hopefully make us successful, which makes the industry overall successful. That is our goal.
Right. So JJ's asking if there's a video call or video chat option in the booth, and that's a yes, right, Kim?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is, they can do one-on-one chats, and it can become video. That is some of the information that will be shared with you once the commitment comes in, and via the Exhibitor Service Center, they will help you with all of that.
Yes, this presentation is being recorded. We'll send it out on an email later today, actually. Anybody else have any questions?
So one more, instead of just writing it here. What are you guys doing for the actual attendees user experience? Are you guys sending out instructions? How do you get them to know how to engage and use the platform and all of that type of stuff? How's that being handled?
Going to be part of the know before you go information. We will also be sending email campaigns to all registered attendees, giving them instructions, you know, number one being use Chrome or Firefox. That's the best browser to use. And then we will be giving them instruction on how to use the system, how to visit exhibitors, how to engage with exhibitors. But quite honestly, once they get out there, it's pretty self-explanatory. And I will tell you too, that these attendees, when they get in there, they'll just start clicking buttons and playing with things and figuring it out. But we are going to give as much instruction in advance as we can to make it as beneficial to everyone as possible.
Mm-hmm. So Roger, yes, there's a package for sponsorships, and we'll be sending that out as well on the email later today. It'll be a download. Just click it and download. It's a 4-page PDF, or no, it's a 1-page PDF. The commitment form has 4 pages because it shows you some options that you can choose. It shows you that eDirectory chart. You'll see that in the booth explanation, but you don't have to pick the size booth today, do you, Kim? You can pick that later. You just have to.
I just need a commitment today or by Friday that yes, we're gonna participate, because that helps us somewhat plan on the back end and what we're building out. So we just need, and it gives you all the ability to do the pre-show promo pieces, the bonuses that others will not receive that do not commit by Friday.
Right. So JJ, you're asking some great questions. Thank you for sending them. Yes, the trade show experience is completely mobile friendly. We have an app for that, actually. So that will be one of the first things that they'll get in their know before they go is like download the app. Because if you're not in your office and you still want to watch a session or visit an exhibitor, it can all be done from your phone. Super cool. Again, we did a whole convention we have participated as attendees on this platform. Super easy for a user to figure out. I didn't have to think too hard on what to do. There's ways that they can clip information and keep it all in one place, and it just makes it easy for them to as me as a user to come back to it and not have to figure out where was that in the agenda that particular session was, because it's all in, when I go to my agenda, it's everything I want to see shows up in it. So it's pretty user friendly. And the same for the exhibitors. Anybody I wanted to know was in my e-bag. So really super, super friendly. Yeah, and the dates are November 11th through 13th. Do we have times yet established, Kim?
Yes, we do. Sorry, hold on. I should know this, but I don't want to misspeak here. So we're starting on Wednesday at noon with our ribbon cutting and our welcome and ribbon cutting with our EC and past presidents. I would suggest that all exhibitors be available in your booth during that time frame, which will be noon until 5, because that's when we anticipate a large audience, and that will be kind of the rollout, and its focus is on the exhibit hall, just like it would be on Thursday night when we open up. So Wednesday at noon, we officially start, and then we run until our last session is our keynote on Friday, and it runs from 3:30 until 5 p.m. These are Eastern times, Eastern time zone. So be sure and keep that in mind when you're looking at the schedule and everything else. Everything that you see is based on Eastern time zone. So noon Wednesday until 5 p.m. Friday, Eastern.
Okay. And then are there breaks during the day, Kim? Do you have like lunch breaks figured out?
We do have breaks built in, and we during those breaks, you know, we encourage people to visit exhibitors, visit the rooms, you know. So, and that's one reason why you have 72 hours, because even if you're not manning your booth at that time, people can still request your information, schedule an appointment, so it's still live, it's still going. And the beautiful thing is, you know, it even accommodates our international participants so that they can engage, they can request an appointment because Lord knows the time frame gets really crazy, and we don't all want to be up until 1 and 2 in the morning. So they can request appointments, and you all can work together to set those times. And, you know, again, engage with the international contingent and make it beneficial for everyone.
Right. And then since it's on your phone, I mean, we're all staring at our phones 24/7 anyways. You could be home eating dinner and see, oh, somebody's at my booth. I got to take this. You know, there's ways that you can work with it that, you know, you don't have to be sitting in front of a computer, because you have it on your phone. And then you can, like when I was at the show, there was somebody that I wanted to talk to, but they were doing something in their booth. So I just left them a message, and then I went back to the chat later, and they answered my question. So there's, you know, just because that you can't be available to that person doesn't mean they're not going to come back and get the response they're looking for. If they want information from you, they're going to find it. And plus, it's really easy to send an email to you, and that might be the best way for them to reach you anyways, is via email. If you're not manning the booth, that is. Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I got more. I'm sorry. So,
hey, they're good ones.
So some of the best relationships that we encounter in trade shows is actually with other exhibitors. Mm-hmm. And how is that in this type of environment? Obviously, we don't want to interrupt people. In a physical environment, you can see if a booth is or isn't busy to interact with other exhibitors and whatnot. How do you recommend that type, or is there a solution for that?
I would say, well, the way it works is that you'll have specific staff people in the booth, so you can't talk to like all of them at one time. I'm not sure if you can. Well, you can leave a general chat. If you want to talk to somebody specific, you just click on them as a contact and start a conversation through the chat. You could also jump on a video session with them like we're doing right now. You just double click on them, and if they have video option of engaged, then you can talk to them directly. I highly suggest you just turn that on and leave it on, because I don't think you want to not talk to somebody live. So you would just talk to them like you were a regular attendee. if they're busy, just, oh, I'll come back later. Or maybe set an appointment with the guy or the girl. Or
I was going to suggest. Yeah, just set an appointment. That way they'll get in touch with you when they're not busy.
Yeah. Let's see.
How many? Okay, so company attendees, we include in that price 3 attendees, just like we always have. Any additional are $99 each. So.
Okay.
Oh, how many attendees do we estimate? Our average attendance. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. let me catch up here. How would that work if we have several staff at our booth? David, I'm not sure I understand that question, so you may need to elaborate or send that to me separately.
Okay. Well, we were just wondering if we have, usually we have several at a booth, staff. Are we registering a staff, let's say 3, 4, and someone comes by virtually and they get to pick who they want to, or they just put a general question, say, look, I want to talk about this product or your service, and whoever's available can jump on and say, let's go to a little video live, or like you said, time zone thing, whoever can see that first can jump on it and answer.
Yeah, the above. It's however you select to handle that, because they can, if they want to speak to a specific person, they can go to that set appointment and see who's actually available, and they can select the person they want. Or even in chat, hey, David, give me a call, or Enzo, or whatever, reach out to me, want to talk to you about this or whatever. But that's up to you, how you structure within your booth.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
And then attendance, our average is 1,000. For whatever reason, we're always hovering right at that 1,000 mark. Because there have been no state shows or any other industry shows this year, and because we are targeting members, non-members, everyone within the recycling, auto recycling industry, honestly, we anticipate 1,000 to 1,500, and I would be happy to have more. It's all in, us pushing it. We encourage you to invite people. We're going to help with providing you with tools to push out to your database to invite them to attend. There's no reason why people can't attend a virtual conference. So, the sky's the limit as far as attendance, and we're hoping to reach the moon.
And that's one reason why we picked this particular platform, because I think ASAE had like 15,000 people. I mean, they had an incredible amount of people on their platform, and they used this. So this has a high bandwidth. So the likelihood that there'll be glitches, there may be some, I'm not going to say that, but it's lower, because this company's been around for 20 years doing this. They just, all of a sudden, they're exploding because virtual is in, right? But they've been doing this kind of thing for 20 years. So they have huge experience. They have a huge IT support staff behind this product. So it really is a powerful product to have this kind of convention. And, I'd like to see more than 1,500 people. I mean, and the other cool thing is that staff people will be able to come to this, because we're offering a discount if you bring more than, if you want to put your whole team on these. So this could really become like team training. And sometimes I think only the leaders know about the companies that you work with, but I think you'd want to know the staff too, because sometimes your staff are your greatest cheerleaders when you're a vendor, because they'll see something cool and they're actually probably more likely to want to try something, because if they're doing the work, right? If they see something that's cool, that's going to help them out, they're going to say, hey boss, let's do that. So, the idea of having more team people on is exciting, because you're going to have more people exposed to you, what you're selling, what you're doing, how you're offering products and services.
Yeah, and the training is there for them. Our list of sessions goes from upper management to, you know, daily activities. So everyone, there's something for everyone, a lot of benefit there. We deeply discounted the registration fee this year for attendees. It's $199. If they register 5 or more, it drops to $149. So there's really no reason to not encourage people to attend, because what they're going to get out of it, they're going to make 10 times over that price.
Vince has his hand raised. Do you want to say something, Vince?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, it took me a second to unmute because I'm driving. That's why I'm not on camera. But I wanted to direct to Kim. And Kim, I joined a couple of minutes late, so I'm not sure if you already did. But then we got to talking about the potential for attendance, and I thought this would be a good opportunity. Can you share a little bit? Now, you did a virtual conference for an organization earlier this year that had never done a virtual conference before, and I want you to share with everybody the success that you guys had with attendance.
Yeah, it was another automotive group that I work with, and number one, I had never done a virtual conference, so it was my first virtual conference that I had to organize. They had never experienced anything. We actually had record attendance. I'm not going to say it exceeded it greatly, but you know, we met our top number that we had ever achieved in 17 years of doing it. And I will say that top level executives have responded saying they had never received as much information at a live event as they did at this, because they had less interruption. It was more focused. It was, and they were thoroughly impressed. And funny enough, they were like, you know, we didn't really know what to expect, and we didn't expect a lot. We were pleasantly surprised. So, you know, just.
And the platform wasn't, if I understand, wasn't as dynamic as the one we're using, is it? I guess you can't really say, but I'll say it.
Yeah, no, it was not, nor was it intended to be. It's a smaller group. It's a smaller conference. We had a one day event, and but our sessions, you know how the last session of the day is usually at maybe 50 to 60% attendance. We, out of 250 or 260 registrants, we still had 160 in attendance at the very last session, where we normally have 40 to 50 people sitting in the room. So we retained throughout the day, we retained 80 to 90% attendance. And, you know, even at the last session, we were at, I don't know what the math is, maybe 70%, which is a good number.
So Kim, the list of attendees will be sent out like as postal, like we always do. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, repeat. I was reading a question. Repeat that.
The list of attendees will be sent to them as mailing addresses?
I send mailing addresses and email for one-time use, email purpose. They can maintain the U.S. address, but email is for one-time promotional use.
Okay. And do they get that, or is that an extra charge?
No, that is part of the exhibit fee, as it always is. We always give them the attendee list following the show. Okay.
And then, Ginny, there will not be certificates handed out, but that's a great idea. We'll see if we can fit that in.
Yeah, there has been discussion of that. We're just not there yet.
Right. And
not for this one.
Don wants to know what the cost per attendee is.
Okay, I answered that. So it's $199 per person.
Okay.
Register 5 or more, it drops to $149.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any burning questions we haven't answered yet, or?
Okay, yes, the webinar feature.
Yes.
How do you schedule that? Is it kind of so it doesn't conflict with maybe other people's webinars and scheduling, if that's something we decide to do?
That's okay. The webinar, it's going to be a pre-recorded. All of our sessions, we need you to pre-record it, and it's So pre-recorded and submitted in MP4 format. It will be housed in your exhibit space, but they can click, so it's on demand. They can watch it at any time.
Isn't it also part of the agenda when we have the webinars as part of the agenda, like additional content? Or would that be?
Figuring that out because it's kind of housed, that part of this we're still figuring out. So, but it's obtained through the exhibit booth space.
Okay. Well, that's one thing too. If you think you're going to do that, that's a great place also to tell us, and we can add that to emails that we send out, or, you know, if we get it in the magazine in time, I can list it there. So if you get us the information, you know, as soon as possible, you have more chance of spreading the word that you're going to have it. You can give us the title, or you could just say webinar available, whatever you have as information. So but if there's a way to promote it otherwise in the platform, we'll figure it out and do it. But for now, we just have, as Kim said, we're walking along this a little bit ahead of you guys. So we're always looking for new ways to push the platform. And Kim is already doing that with some of the things she's asking the eShow people to do. So it's pretty.
I'm testing them on all cylinders.
Okay. Lastly, I just wanted to thank you guys, Kim and Karen. I mean, this is being innovative and trying to think of something else for us to do in this space, in this time. I know this is a lot of work and stuff like that. So thanks I'm sure I speak for everybody here, that thank you for putting this together and doing all that work.
Sure.
We love it. I mean, her and I have been kind of talking back and forth, and I'm like, we need to get the people in on our conversations here because this is really cool. So I'm going to ask you again, what is stopping you from saying yes to this? Because I don't know if I would pass this opportunity up, because this isn't going to go away. Okay. We're in a virtual world now. So, you know, we hopefully will get back to face next year, but you know, there's other opportunities that we might have to use virtual for ARA, for your benefit, for whatever, but jump on the bandwagon, and it won't be perfect. I can guarantee you that. But it'll be the best darn effort we could put forth on your behalf to give the members. I mean, they need help right now. They really need support as well. It's crazy times. Some are like doing great. Some are like struggling. Some are just figuring out, I don't even know what to do at work today. So we have to help them with this information, and it helps us get it to them having your support. So we really appreciate you being here and taking the time out of your day. And we hope that you email us by Friday.
We will send documents today. You can we would prefer that you fill those out, get them back to us. But if you're just too busy to do that, just shoot me an email. Send me an email with what your plans are. We'll get you taken care of.
Yep.
Thanks for your time, everybody.
All right, everybody have a great day. And if you have other questions, just shoot us an email. We'll be around. Thank you.